So now I'm going to show you a very common counter to this footlock position that's still on that near hip family. And basically, they're going to attack my top foot. I'm teaching you it now because I just showed you how to counter the leg jack, right? And this counter, people I've seen use in competition even, and actually finish people with it from this spot. And basically, it's gonna be like this. You go for the footlock on me too, please. No. Let's actually go to the other side. Actually, you're here. Actually, no, you're right. I'm sorry. I'm here. You get the footlock on me. Yes, exactly. This is the perfect side. You go here. What the person does is instead of dragging the leg here, they make a grip. Instead of dragging the leg here, what they do is they make a grip on your leg like this. And then they attack their own footlock on their foot like this. You see how I get attacked their foot here? Okay.
Also known as footsies in tournaments.
Yeah, footsies. I think when two people go for a heel hook, like don't the 10th Planet people call it like a Mexican standoff? Yeah, they have like all the cool names.
I want to be in a Mexican standoff.
I don't know if they call this the Mexican standoff also, but basically we're both attacking the foot, right? But I'm gonna teach you guys how when I have this footlock that she has, how I love when the person attacks this foot for that ankle lock because it sweeps them. Okay, it's gonna go right back into all the stuff that we learned before. How is it going to? Let me start. You're gonna find it right now. And then the music. Da, da, da. Okay, we're here. I go for the footlock. I'm going for the spot here. And basically what she's going to do is she's going to remove my foot. She's going to place my foot in her shoulder here, right? Why is this amazing for me? A rule that you'll learn in my Berimbolo series part 4, if you're following all the series, which you should because they all apply everywhere. Every time an opponent goes for a footlock, the con of doing a footlock is it traps your body and pins you to the mat, right? If I remove her frames, she doesn't have frames and she's stuck on the mat. Every time you go for a footlock, she's trapping her back to the floor. What does that mean for us? That means that when I have the footlock on the... Let me sorry. Come back up, please. When we're in this Mexican standoff, we're just going to call it Mexican standoff. Just because it sounds really cool. When we're in the Mexican standoff, and she gets the footlock here, and we're in this spot here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to realize that every time I'm in this spot, it's going to sweep her. Look how she falls down. Come back up. You see how it sweeps her when she's in this spot? Because she has her back connected to my foot. What was our rules of posting an elbow post before? Post your hand.
Here?
Yeah. When her shoulder comes forward, she's going to fall. When her elbow's on the floor, elbow on the floor.
Oh, sorry.
Look how her shoulder's forward. Also, she falls. When she goes for the foot lock, look how her shoulder's forward. Look. You fall, right? You can't stay up. No. Try to stay up. Try to stay up. Can you?
No.
So, you see, look, because her elbow's already bent. That is the first thing you're going to realize when we're doing this footlock, is her elbow's already bent, so she's going to fall when I go for this footlock. Come back up, please. The next thing you're going to learn, my bottom foot. Notice when I'm in this footlock, and anytime someone's doing a footlock, let go of the grip, please, and just keep here. Look at her wrist on my body. Every time I push her wrist to her body, I'm able to move my foot around her arm. I'm able to isolate her foot around her arm. So when she gets this footlock on me, look what I'm going to do with my bottom foot. I'm going to place my foot on her wrist like this. Why? Because every time I place my foot on the wrist, go for the footlock on me, please. Like you can stay up and just put pressure, just so they can see your arm.
Oh, here.
Yeah, and just like squeeze. Like this. She's squeezing, right? She's closing her elbow. She's squeezing with her lat. She's putting pressure on me. When I push my foot on her wrist, look what I'm able to do. I'm able to alleviate pressure from my foot. You see how I can move my arm? Because you need to keep your wrist connected to my body to keep pressure on my arm, right? But when I do this, you see how you lose connection? You can't really follow. So get the normal footlock with the grip. And now I want you to follow my foot when I move around. So use your wrist to follow. Use this part of your arm.
Okay.
Like the yeah, you see how you can follow me?
Yeah.
But look, when I start pulling, look what I'm going to do. Now follow me. See how it shuts off your arm? Look what I'm doing, guys. To get the grip. By me putting her wrist like this, I'm able to move my heel out in this direction. Because I'm pushing down her wrist and creating space. Now I'm able to open her body, you see? I'm able to open her body like this. But another thing I'm going to do, I'm going to bring my knee to my chest just like before. Look, like this. Because the second I bring my knee to my chest, I'm taking my knee line out. And my foot's getting closer to her hip. Look how my foot is getting really close to her hip now. You guys see how important that is when I'm in this spot? I push her wrist down, I bring my knee to my chest, and I open my knee. That is what I'm going to do when I sweep her. I'm just showing you right now the motion of what's happening. So she has the grip here, she's holding. I push her wrist down. I'm going to turn my knee, bringing my knee to my chest, and then I'm going to turn my knee. When I turn my knee, I'm going to angle her wrist even more like this. Once that happens, I'll be able to achieve clearing my foot. But I'm going to first curl my foot on her wrist. So I'm going to push down her leg. I'm going to open her wrist with my curl, and then my leg's going to come out. That is so important in this spot. So she has the foot lock on me. She's here. All I'm going to do is this. I get the grip. I'm going to push my wrist like this. I'm going to curl my heel to her elbow. See how that opens your elbow, right? So close your elbow. Keep your elbow closed. You see how it opens your elbow?
Yeah.
Now look. My toes on her arm. My foot is like this. Now what I'm going to do. Because I just did this motion, this and this, I'm going to be able to remove my heel. How am I going to remove my heel? I'm going to place my knee on the mat. Once I place my knee on the mat, my heel is going to come out. What did we learn about rules of foot lock? Of an ankle lock, a foot lock, Achilles lock? I'm afraid to call it ankle lock because I don't know if it's technically an ankle lock. I don't know if it's Achilles lock.
We're okay with it.
I'm afraid Reddit's going to kill me. Oh, it's not an ankle lock. It's a you know what I mean?
Reddit's got to chill out.
Yeah, Reddit's just Reddit. So I'm just going to be careful with my use of words in this because I know they're going to attack me. But foot lock, ankle lock, Achilles lock, I don't know. When I get my pressure on her wrist, here. When I flex my foot here, I open the elbow. Once I do this, look how there's space. Look at the space I created. Look. Just go to this way a little bit, please. Look at the space I created. So when I bring my knee to my chest like this, when I bring my knee to my chest, look at the space I just created. Look how my heel comes out. Once my heel is out, go for a foot lock on me, just the ankle lock. Just go for the ankle lock.
Oh, here?
There's nothing.
Yeah.
No, I'm just showing them that when my heel is out, there's no foot lock.
I think it's like a upper foot lock now.
No, there's no.
A toe lock.
And then the cool Mexican standoff is off now. There's no more Mexican standoff. Everyone goes home. You see? Once we get our heel out, that's basically what's happening in this spot. So she has the foot lock with me. We're in a Mexican standoff. It's pretty cool. Put my foot on the wrist. I flex my foot. I bring my knee to my chest. And my heel comes up. Look. This is what I'm going to do. This motion is so important to understand before I show you this motion. So now I'm going to show you what's going to happen. We're going to follow our rules of sweeping and post on the arm. She's going to end up falling. Second she falls, we're going to do all these positionings, and I'm going to show you how I remove my heel. But that's not my objective here. I'm going to remove my heel. We're going to shut off this Mexican standoff. There's going to be no more Mexican standoff. Everyone's going to go home. That's it. We're here. I'm here. She goes for the foot lock. We're in this spot here. I'm going to place my toes on her wrist like this. Once I do this, look what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring my knee to my chest, opening her elbow. Look. Look how her elbow opens. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sweep her. How am I going to sweep her? I'm going to push her foot, her wrist to her chest. I'm going to open my heel. I'm going to go like this. I'm going to sweep her this way. But notice, when I sweep her, look what happens to my heel. Look how my heel just came out. Why is this amazing for me? One, she just swept herself. Now we're in the top footlock world. This is where I love to be. This is the best spot on the near hip. When I'm in top footlock, I can adjust myself. I can take my time. There's no more Mexican standoff. I can fall down. I could go for the submission here. You see? It's amazing because she doesn't have my heel in. You see? That is what my goal is in this spot. Once I remove my heel, pack your bags. War's over. There's no more footlock on me. I'm safe. I'm back in my frames. It's on like Donkey Kong. Now we can attack the foot.
How many quotes could he put in one move?
I don't know. So we're here. And I'm in this spot. She opens her head. I go for the footlock. Here. I go for the footlock. Yep. She drags my leg. She gets me in the Achilles, the footlock, the ankle lock.
You know, you could call it an elephant lock. As long as people are learning, who cares?
Reddit cares. So we're here. I push her wrist. I stay up, please. I bring my knee to my chest. Look. I want you guys to see the angle of her elbow how it changes. So go for the footlock. I go like this. 1, 2. When I do this, I create a boot almost. But the boot is bringing her elbow forward. Now when I sweep her, all I'm going to do is turn
Can
my...
I ask you a question?
Yeah.
No, I'm not a ankle lock person.
Be careful saying ankle.
I'm not a
Achilles
whatever this
ankle,
is
footlock.
person. But if,
Footlock, I think there's
if
no
for
way.
example, I was over there and you were over here, is this one as strong as that one?
No, but I see people finish. There's people that finish a lot of matches, like
But
a high
as-
level black. I'm not gonna say the person's name because they're my friend, but they just got submitted with that footlock here. You know, so some people get submitted in this spot here, so it's because they have to understand how to address this.
But this is not as strong as that.
No way.
There's
no way. But like we learned about footlocks, it doesn't matter if you're technically correct or your position correct. If you're strong and you just squeeze the foot, you can submit someone. You know, so it might not even be technically correct how they did the footlock. But if they know what they're doing enough to just put themselves in the right spot and squeeze, and they're strong, they can finish a footlock. You know, like I said before, the example, if you just want to move to Thailand and bang your arms with like trees or like pipes, or like move to Russia and just squeeze people's shins, you can do that and you don't have to even learn any of this. You know, that's basically the same example. Okay?
But if let's say you were on bottom and you were on top, you on bottom would beat the one on top with that.
The one that will win this battle is the person that understands how to place their foot.
But the one on bottom is stronger than the one on top.
Not necessarily. If you understand how to control your foot here and take out your foot and you're defending it correctly, and then you go for my foot, I'm in more danger than you, correct? So that's all the rules of footlocks. She is correct that I am in a safer spot for sure if I know this concept. But if she defends my footlock, where I don't have the footlock on her, and she gets the footlock on me, you're in a better spot than me, right?
Yeah.
So whoever has...
No, but I'm saying if you, with your knowledge of all this...
Yes, I'm in a way safer spot. I love
that's all I'm asking.
I love when someone attacks his foot because I'm always able to sweep you.
Okay.
You have no post on your hand. That's what I was trying to explain from the beginning. When you go for the footlock here, how can you post your hand? You fall. So I'm using it to get to the top footlock. I love this. It's so easy for me to attack the top footlock when they go for this because they can't post this hand. So all I do is I connect my foot to your elbow. I'm here. I bring my knee to my chest. Look. So my knee is here, right? Stay up a little bit, please. Yeah. I bring my knee up like this. I push your wrist. I take my knee out. Look. Now look as I do this. Look how my heel's going to come out. Look. I just want them to see how my heel comes out. I'm going to do this all in one motion. So you get the grip. You have the squeeze. You have the shin break. You know, like that. Yep. Here. I bring my knee up. I'm going to turn my body and look how I'm going to drop my knee. When I do this, look what happens to my heel. My heel's already out. It was just stuck in the gi, but look how my heel is out. Once I arrive with my heel out, I'm going to put my head on the floor. I'm going to adjust the grip. I'm going to stretch. I'm going to finish the footlock. I'm going to fall down. I'm going to finish the footlock. I'm in an amazing spot once this happens because she lost her connection to my foot and she swept herself. So I love when the person attacks this foot, not going to lie. When I'm here, I actually bait them to attack this foot because I know that I can just do this every time. You see? It's just that motion again. So come up again. So I just do this. I push the chest. I bring my knee to my chest. I push your wrist. I bring my knee to chest. 1, 2. I turn my knee. 1, 2. Turn my knee. I end up here. You see? My heel's already out. You keep getting stuck in her gi, but my foot's out every time. See? Now when I'm here, she's screwed. She's already down. Her toe might be up. I'm just going to adjust, feed, here, open my hips, finish the footlock. So again, come on.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were going to say something.
We're in this cool Mexican standoff. She has the grip here. Watch, we're saying this wrong and we're going to get in trouble for saying it wrong. Okay, we're here. She has the grip here. She's strong, right? Just going to put my foot on her hand like this. Just going to turn my knee, bring it to my chest, bring my heel to my chest. I'm going to sweep her, and watch how my heel's going to come out as I drop my knee to the mat. Look how my heel comes out. Every time I'm here, and I flex my foot, and then I drop my knee, my heel comes out. So here, I flex, jump. Come back. I flex, I jump. Now when she has the grip, and I push my wrist, I flex, I jump. Again, I flex my toes, I bring my knee to my chest, and then I drop my knee. Every time I drop my knee, look how my heel comes out. I'm arriving in the spot where the Mexican standoff's off. Now I'm back with the footlock. I use my head. I peel the leg. I stretch my leg here. I fall here. So same size, please. Where she get to the footlock. She gets my foot in. We're in this spot here. I'm going to connect my foot. I'm going to bring my knee to my chest. I'm going to drop my knee as I sweep her. I'm going to do this. 1, 2. Again.
Am I supposed to fall?
Yeah, you can't post your arm.
Oh.
This is literally our rules of sweeping. They need their hand posted and their shoulder back to keep posted. But if I have a foot lock, where's my shoulder? Look how forward it is, and I don't have a limb posting my hand on the floor.
Question.
So look how you just fall.
Wait, question. You go again. What if I have the ankle lock and I pull this way? Does that make a difference? Oh, I can't finish it that way.
Can you finish it that way?
I don't think so. Why don't you try it?
So you get the foot lock on me. This way. Get the foot lock. I think we should go other side. So you're saying I go like this and I go this way.
Yes. You can't finish it, right?
First of all, if I change hips when I'm doing this, look how your heels, let's keep your leg this way. I'm gonna try to change, just take your heel out.
Oh.
I can't, I have to, you see the angle of your leg? The only way I can finish a foot lock, I think, on you like this, besides like heel hooks and stuff like that, I have to go in the same line as your leg. So if I have a foot lock like this, I have to fall where your knee is. So your knee is in this line, right? I fall this way.
Oh, okay.
You see how I can submit you?
Just thinking of any
No, I'm just saying, if I go this way, I think it's gonna be really hard. You see, like take your heel out. You see, I don't really have control of your leg. I wouldn't feel comfortable falling that way. If I'm gonna counter foot lock someone, I feel like it's better I go in the same direction as your leg. So your leg is this, you see how her knee is facing this way? I'll fall where her leg is. So keep your knee to your chest, then bring your knee this way.
Oh, sorry.
Look.
Other question.
You see how I can finish it? I think that would be the only way. Again, don't Reddit me and say that there's all these other.
Is that the term, Reddit me?
I don't know. I just came up with it. Don't Reddit me that there's all these other ways of doing this foot lock. There might be. You know, I might be like but like I just feel like if I open the knee like this, take your heel out. Like maybe if I go like this and I open your heel and I start falling like this, I can foot lock you like this. That's another possible way. But I just feel like it's so easy for you to just take your heel out right now. You know, like you see how you just literally push my chest. So I'm like this.
Okay.
Now look how your heel is out. But if I go in this line, take your heel out. You see I'm strong. So I feel like if I go in this direction, I'm helping you take your heel out. Right?
Can I ask you another question? This might be out of.
Yeah.
What if you get the ankle lock on that side, and now you could post on the floor?
No, now we're in a 50-50 spot.
Oh,
Look how both feet are like this.
Oh.
You see? But you never should end up here unless you want to. You know? It's so important when you're in this spot that you never end up here. So we're in this spot, and I never let the leg cross my body. So if I have the foot lock here, come, let me get here.
Switch to the
I'm
other.
here. No, get the cross ankle lock. So you're saying, no, you're getting the cross ankle lock, and now I clear this. Now start bringing my leg to that side of your body. I should push and frame to bring my foot back. I never let my leg just stay there unless I want them to. Sometimes in tournaments, I have certain strategies that I play where I give the person my foot. It's a little crazy, the strategies I play, but yeah, I typically do not let the opponent attack my foot unless I want them to. If I'm playing a certain strategy in regards to advantages, I'll let the person attack my foot. But technically, sound jiu-jitsu, you shouldn't let your person attack your foot. So anytime you're in a spot and the person starts dragging your leg, I just go knee to the chest. So start going foot lock here. If I'm knee to chest and you start going foot lock on me, I put my toes on your shoulder, there's no foot lock.
Okay.
I push your hip, I go back here.
Okay.
Again, so go for the foot lock again on me. Try bringing me this direction. I want to see if this is a way that you can actually finish this. Opening your knee and start dragging my leg. I feel like my heel's already coming out, right?
Why don't you do it?
No, I just did it. But I want to see if I can defend. Because you were doing this to me and I was trying to open. Are you able to bring my hip that way? Look. No.
There's no way.
Yeah, so the only way you can go is that way.
Yeah.
Like this. Now you have pressure because my heel can't come out, right? So I push the wrist. Look. Even if I was late, if I push the wrist now and I drop my knee and I take my heel out, look how it comes out.
Mm-hmm.
You see? That is what I think we figured out. Again, I'm going to get Reddited probably. There's another way to finish the foot lock on this side. I feel like if they go to the side on me, my heel's coming out. So go to the side on me again. Like if you go here and you get the foot lock, go to this and open your knee and bring me down. How? I feel like, look how my heel comes out. You know, yeah, you're hooking short. Now I'm back in my foot. My heel's, look at my heel. It was already out, right?
Yeah.
So the only way you could do it is if you go exactly back in the same line as my leg. So come back up. So now you're learning how to even do this foot lock also. It would be in the same line as my leg falling back here. Now she has pressure on me. Now step on my hip. Then I Now you have a frame. Now grab below the knee and put pressure. Yeah, now you have pressure, okay? That would be the way that she could do this footlock on me. But again, now that you know all these steps, there's no way she's gonna get this on you. So I go here, come back up, please. Now that you have all these steps, you go for the footlock, I connect my hand to the wrist, I push, I take out my knee. If I cannot take out my foot initially, no problem. All I'm gonna do is let my toes touch the floor and push her wrist because that's gonna alleviate some of the pressure. So get the footlock and put pressure on me. You already feel like you lost pressure. No. Then get deeper so you have a tight footlock.
Like actually.
Yeah. You can break it if you want. No problem. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my foot on the wrist like
Make
this.
sure to get a screenshot of this.
All I'm gonna do is put my foot on her wrist like this. Look. Let's say I was too late. All I'm gonna do is flex my toes. I'm gonna bring my knee to the mat and my heel's gonna come out. Look. This is the motion you guys have to learn. I flex my toes on her bicep. Just my toes on her arm, like this. Once I flex my toes on her arm, look how I drop my knee. My heel comes up. Again. I flex my toes, lifting up her shoulder even. Once I do this, look. 1, 2. Again. 1, 2. Again. 1, 2. Again. Now I add in my wrist. Look. Now I add in the foot on the wrist. Look. The side of my foot on the wrist, or whatever I could place on the wrist. I go 1, 2. My heel is out. Now I'm here. Mexican standoff is gone. I have the foot lock. I adjust. I use my ladder her leg. I'm here. I go for the foot lock. I fall on this side. I go for the foot lock. You see? Shutting off all the spots that she could possibly foot lock me. Okay? And the person drilling the foot lock, I want you to drill it like this because I think this is the only way that you could even finish this foot lock. So do the foot lock on me. So I can show them the foot lock spot. How to do the other foot lock. They're here. Change the side. Sorry. I'm here. How you're going to do it is you're going to take the leg off the hip. You're going to lock the foot behind your lat. You're going to do the same concept as before. I'm going to make a grip on her knee. I'm going to bring my body in the same direction as her leg, like this. I'm going to put my foot on her hip. I'm going to put pressure forward. I'm going to use my lat. I'm going to put pressure. Ooh, sorry.
No, you're good.
So that is how I'm going to finish this foot lock. This, I don't think so. I don't think it's a safe spot. I could maybe use my hook in here. And no, I don't. I think that this would be the only technically correct way, would be to fall back like this. Stepping in the hip here. Using my lat and then putting pressure. Okay, so the person that is drilling it can do it like this. They can even put pressure like this. You know, like the strong people, they can go like, bah! Like that's how some people do the foot lock. So they could do that as well. But all I need you to do is try doing it. Put your foot on my wrist. This hand. Yeah, this foot on my wrist. Yeah, you can already take out your heel kind of, but let me keep it in just because I'm too strong, right? So you're going to be here. Get your hand here. Push my wrist with your toes. You already connected your wrist. Now you're just going to sweep me to the side. Now, flex your toes. Flex your toes. Here. And now drop your knee to the floor. So I want you to just flex your toes like this. And now you're going to drop your knee to the floor to get your heel. Yes, look. Again. Isn't it such a fun thing to do? Yes, again. You're just going to flex your toes on my shoulder. Look, Just pull my shoulder up. Now you're going to put your knee to the floor. You see how every time you can do it? Look, I'm going to be strong now, okay, since you already got it down. Just push my wrist, sweep me. Now take out your heel.
Oh.
How could I but look, you don't need to take out your toes at the end. You're already like this, right? So take out your heel. You're here. I would not take out your toes. You know why? Because I'm kind of stuck when I'm like this. So I have to let go. You see how I'm kind of stuck with your foot in my shoulder? Look, it's kind of awkward for me now. Now go for the foot lock. Adjust. Yes. Now go for the pressure. Yes. You're stronger. Yeah. You see how strong she is there? The second she gets her heel out, my fight's over. I don't have any more. The standoff's done. You know, everyone's going home. It's done. You see, that's all we have to do is get this heel out. Okay. So again, one more time, since you just learned this, you're gonna have Tammy do it. No pressure. Here, I get the foot lock. She pushes my wrist. Look, even when she pushes my wrist, if she brings her knee to her chest already, flexes her. No. If you want to do the first one without me even following, all you do is this. I push my wrist. No, stay.
Oh, sorry.
Just do the steps. Okay. I get the foot lock. You push my wrist. Bring your knee to your chest. Flex your foot. Now bring your knee to the side. Take out your heel.
Oh.
No. But you take out your toes.
Sorry.
No. It's just an extra step.
It comes out so easily.
So push my wrist. Bring your knee to your chest. Now bring your knee down and take out your heel. Look at her heel. Look at her heel. It's already out. Once the heel's out, just sweep me. Now you literally have the foot lock. Yep. Oh my God. Now you're in the perfect spot.
Sorry.
No. You're gonna go for it. Just okay. Go.
Is this my revenge?
Now put your head down and look up. No, keep your head on the floor though. You're never allowed to take it off. Yes, there you
Oh,
go.
sorry.
But you have to bring your hand over here.
Oh yeah, here.
I'm gonna get Tammy to do the footlock now too. Oof.
Sorry.
No, I have to feel pain in my foot at least some point in this while you're feeling pain, you know? So as you see, she just learned this now too, right?
Yes,
Like,
definitely.
it's just flexing, bring your knee, taking your heel up. Flexing, bring your knee, taking your heel up. Okay, this is how we're getting our heel out. And I use this style of taking my heel out in many spots, including 50-50. Use it in many different spots. It's such a great tool to have to your arsenal. It's just a fundamental understanding of how to remove your foot from a footlock. The rules of removing your foot from a footlock are, if you can remove your foot from a footlock, first of all. If you can't, in the Barrel System Part 4, I teach how to defend every footlock in the gi, okay? And every one of them, basically the rules are for defending a footlock. If I defend a footlock, I shall be able to take out my heel. If I can't take out my heel, I should be able to take out my toes. Either or will get me out of a straight footlock.
How would you take out the toes without the heel?
So put pressure on my, so you see how your elbow is here? I can take out my heel.
Okay.
Now put pressure
Oh,
like this. Basically where you're too low and I flex and my toes come out like this.
Oh,
way.
they come out this way and then your heel.
Yes.
Okay.
I teach that in the other DVD of the defending the berimbolo defending the footlocks using berimbolo. And basically what I was about to say was, if I can't take out my toes or my heel, I shall be able to take the back or pass the guard every time. Basically, that's the rules of the footlock, okay? That is why the con of the footlock keeps your back pinned. So again, now we're following our rules of sweeping and posting family. What we learned in the De La Riva system, how to sweep someone. So if you want to learn how to sweep someone and reference this whole part of the series, that's in the De La Riva part, you know. That is why I'm doing this here. And when I'm here and they have their elbow occupied, they get swept. That is what's happening in this spot. They can't stay up, they get swept. So that's basically it, you know. They're getting swept when you have the footlock. We're taking out our heel, following the rules of the footlock, and we're arriving in this spot, okay? Again, I'm using their position against them, like you keep seeing. Every position in jiu-jitsu, we can do that. Every time they do one spot, we use it against them. They have no post, we're gonna take advantage of that. We end up in that spot where we're on the top footlock. I just explained to you for an hour, I think, how to use the top footlock to submit the person. How if the person's foot is too high, we adjust it. So we take rid of the boot, going on the pinky, then going to the other part of the leg. If it's too strong on the lat, right? The foot is strong. We go on the pinky, we move it. I'm gonna keep saying these concepts over and over to you guys because if you guys aren't following the other parts, I need to make sure you are. So these concepts hopefully will refresh your mind of what I'm saying for the other parts, okay? The boot's strong. Big toe is the strongest part of the foot. We go to the pinky, weakest part. Look, I have the big toe, I can't bend it. I go to the pinky, I can bend it. Now we go to the other toe because once this pinky's gone, it disrupts the other part of the toe. Now this toe is weak. Now this toe is weak. Now this toe is weak. Look, now I have all four toes weak. The big toe is weak. Now we can peel it. We get to the boot. We kill the boot. Now we have the option of doing the stretching one. Option 1. Option 2, the arch. Option 3, we fall back down, but our elbows closed, right? I've seen people getting submitted with this cross ankle up. I cannot accept you guys getting submitted from this spot with that. You know, again, if you're fighting someone that's like super strong that can break shins and like uses pipes on their arms, okay, it can happen because they can just pop your shin basically. But if you're positionally correct, your foot should never be in that spot. And again, you shouldn't be letting your foot get in that spot. I let my foot get in that spot, but because I like to sweep the person here. But in theory, when I'm here, if somebody's going to footlock me, I'm always like this. Go again. Look, wait. I want you to see something. Look at my 4 fingers, how they're on the shoulder. Remember where I told you when I get my feet on the shoulder like this, footlock me? You can't, right? Mm-hmm. So when you're going to footlock me, I use my 4 fingers on your shoulder, go for the footlock. No, yeah, go for it. And then I replace it with my hand. I'm always doing that when I'm in a footlock. I think that's important for you to understand. I don't want you guys to just think, give the footlock, okay? I'm not telling you to give the footlock. I was showing you how to defend if you're already in the footlock. But if you're not in the footlock yet and they're trying to go for it, you can just go like this. 4 fingers on the shoulder because this is where I want my foot. A rule I use in jiu-jitsu all the time. I place my hand in a place that I'm going to replace it with my foot. So I'll put my hand in one spot and then I'll put it there to put pressure in that spot. And then once I'm already putting pressure in that spot, I'll replace that spot with my foot. And then that will help me get my foot to that spot because the spot is already placed correctly. Now I can put my foot there. Okay, so that's a very important concept. If I'm going for the footlock here and she's going for that footlock, look, go for it. Go. Go. So drag my foot first because I feel like you have to probably do this, right? Boom, and then go for the foot.
Okay.
So drag my foot, I go like this.
That doesn't make a difference.
Now once I have the toes like this, look. So now post your arm. Look how your post is kind of already screwed, right?
Yeah.
You see, I'm able to like mess up your post because once I get your arm back like this, look how your elbows are on the floor, and then you could come up. Okay, so again, if you want to completely avoid this position 100%, what I want you guys to do, where there's no Mexican standoff at all to start with, we're just gonna start with our hand on the shoulder like this. I'm just gonna place my foot over the hand. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's all I'm doing. So I'm here. She drags my leg. She's going for the Mexican standoff. Boom. Now I get to this spot. So now drag my leg. Do whatever you want. You feel stuck, right?
Yeah.
Again. All I do is I push the shoulder. I move my foot here. Look. Now I go on my shoulder. Look. Now she's gonna fall. She doesn't fall. So go back up. Go back up. You don't want to fall. Go back up. You don't want to fall. No problem. Look.
I want to fall. Let me fall.
Now look. She has to bring her hip in. What happened to her shoulder? Look at her shoulder. Look at her shoulder. Now she falls. You see how it's all aligned together? Okay. So I want you to drill getting stuck in the Mexican standoff, getting out of it. I want you to drill the finish from that cross ankle lock because for you to do the fence, it's actually easier if you actually know how to finish the foot lock there. You know, I actually felt it on her and felt, oh, it's weird for me to go this way. So that's going to help you finish the spot overall in general. Let's practice that spot. Practice removing your heel with the person up. Practice removing your heel when the person's already down. And then we're going to practice even before that prevention, using our forefingers on the armpit, this part of the shoulder. Is this just the armpit?
Yeah.
It's like over here.
Yes, it's an armpit.
It's an armpit. I'm scared. I'm going to get ratted.
Okay, you're.
So I put my foot here, my hand here. It's a new term. We're going to put my hand here. My foot's going to go to the shoulder. You see, that's how you're going to prevent this overall. So we're going to work all these things together. And then after this, I am confident you're not going to get submitted in this spot, okay? Taking your heel out. Remember, the rules are taking your foot out. Again, you can have your toes on the shoulder or your heel. You got to get one of them out. If you can't get one of them out, we take the back or we get them out. Basically, when you're defending a foot lock. If you want to learn about that, it's Berimbolo System Part 4. Defending foot locks and leg locks with the... defending foot locks and leg locks with Berimbolo. Okay, so let's work this now and let's keep following the rules and concepts that you keep learning through all my series.